Thank you, Congressman and women. I'd like to just bring up one point as an artist, not just a person who has championed through the years with a long history of, well, if you want higher wages, let me tell you what to do. You got to talk to the workers in the shop with you. You got to build you a union, got to make it strong. But if you all stick together, boys, it won't be long. You get shorter hours, better working conditions, vacations with pay. Take the kids to the seashore. Well, it ain't quite the simple, so I better explain just why you gotta ride on the union train. If you wait for the boss to raise your pay, you'll all be waiting till the judgment day. You'll all be buried, gone to heaven. St. Peter will be the straw boss then, boys. Now, this goes back to the 1930s. Yes, fair pay, economic equity, but there's something else I want to emphasize. This country had a shining heart that blossomed in the 1960s with the singing of songs that bound us together. Recently, I went back on the Selma Montgomery trip. I was there with 12 members of Congress, and we went to that church where 4 girls were killed by a bomb. And there was another girl who was there who wasn't killed because she wasn't in the area. And through the years, she's become a seminarian, and she was a powerful speaker. And she recapitulated and recreated that day for us, and our hearts broke and rejoiced. There was John Lewis, who was a young man, was one of the leaders of the civil rights movement. And John Lewis spoke. And people's hearts were broken. They were sitting there like this, and I got up, and thank goodness I have the gift to sing a song that let us all cry together and rejoice, because we have this long road that has taken us from a world of darkness and ignorance and horrific oppression of people of color in our country. And what was so important was that when I sang, we could be together and recommit to go on and carry it on. And there's a story I want you to hear. When John Lewis was there with the Freedom Riders, they started in Washington, they went through Alabama and Mississippi, and the national law said you can't discriminate, but the state laws did. So when they got to the border of Alabama and Mississippi, they got arrested. They threw them into jail. Then came the ACLU and said, okay, you're out. And they said, John Lewis said, no, we're not here. We're not here to get out of jail. We're here to call the attention of the American people to the fact that when you go to our nation's capital, you can't use the same water fountain or bathroom as a white person. And if you say with liberty and justice for all, and these are my words, not his, you're hypocritical. Where Marian Anderson could not sing in Constitution Hall, we're going back to jail. And the others, of course, he was a great leader, said, okay, we're going with you. And the jailers couldn't understand. They were happy. Could not understand what's going on. Then they're singing. That's why they're happy. You can't sing. We're going to sing. Well, we're taking away your mattresses. You're going to sleep on steel. We're going to sing. The music, my friends, was not an adornment. It was some of the blood and the heart that created the possibility of moving forward to a just nation. And I maintain the inhibition of the allowing young performers to find a place in a monopolized world, as you very well expressed, of performance places and places to be heard on the radio. That the further shrinking of the group of people who can inspire us, who can be heard, is a terrible thing. It was terrible. terrible then when Peter, Paul, and Mary sang because it was inequitable. But now the wages of having the inability as an artist to be able to earn a little bit put you in that category of a person who has to make huge personal sacrifice with very little hope of ever seeing the light of day economically. It's not right for our hearts. It's not right for our justice. It's not right for our imprint. It's not right for our nation. It's not right for our time. And if it took us all these generations to get equitable, a movement towards a greater sense of equity in healthcare, maybe the inspiration that we can get beyond those 90 years and begin to celebrate our performers. So when you hear a performer, now I didn't write this song, but I'm performing it. And if you're going to record it and put it out on the net, you have to talk to me, because it ain't fair not to give me a little hundredth of a penny.